YouTube, what's up? It's Cole. I'm a top 100 REDSEC player at the moment. I've been looking around, haven't really seen too many videos on the current gun meta or anything in REDSEC. It seems like most people are kind of gravitating towards a couple of guns and not really venturing out and trying too many different things, but I've kind of been using basically every single gun in this game at the moment, trying to figure what's good, what's bad. I've mastered probably, I don't even know. Say there's 50 guns, I've mastered probably 40 of them, so other than maybe a select handful that I've only grabbed off the ground, I've basically used every single gun pretty extensively, so I figured I'd have a good of an opinion as anyone else to do this tier list, so I mean, let's just get started, I guess. The tier list here should have basically every single gun except maybe the new ones that just released, the shotgun and the new pistol, and see if they have the other carbine on release. They don't have the other carbine, but I know what they are. We'll just get to it when we get there. I'll do those at the end. So first up, M433. Um, I my opinion on this gun has changed. I guess as I've used it, I think it's right now probably just okay to very good. There's very little reason to use this thing over the Cord or even the M4. I think the TTK is easier or faster on the M4 and the Cord with better precision and recoil, so there's not really any reason to use this. I mean, it's going to be in between these two. I'm just going to drop it to okay, just because there's gets outclassed by other guns. Uh, I mean, speaking of that, going to the B36, there's no reason to use this gun at all. Its control and recoil is ridiculous with TTK that's worse than the M4. It's not really great long range. It gets outclassed by everything. So, I mean, don't use it. You can use all drop. It's just don't. Most of these tiers are going to be just based off of if you're going to build a loadout. I mean, obviously you can pick up every single garbage gun off drop, and you don't really have a choice. You're going to have to use it, but all of these are just going to be based on if you're going to actually build a loadout for it. The Scar, the Sword 5.56. I think it's very good. I think this is one of those guns that's kind of slept on. It's got a very good projectile velocity as well as good recoil. The only problem is it's currently getting outclassed by another gun in this tier list, which we'll get to, but I think it's could potentially be a meta gun, but right now it's just it's a very good gun. You're not gonna very rarely will you lose a gunfight because you're using this gun, especially if you have it kitted out. AK-4D, this has been the most controversial one for me. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have put this thing in garbage and never use it. Since I've been using it in a way where you're not really, it's like a medium range gun, I'll put it in very good. Its TTK is ridiculous. It's got one of the most consistent damage profiles of basically any gun in this game. So this, I think it's 33 damage a shot, which is a good breakpoint for these guns. And yeah, I mean it's just a high damage a shot. Once you build it correctly, you can get it to where the recoil is manageable. I'm also on mouse and key. I've played a little bit on controller as well. I feel like this gun's a lot easier to manage on mouse and key. But other than that, it's a very good gun. Very similar thing with the Scar. Just it's very good at what it does. I don't really think you're going to be able to find a gun that's overall as good as it is from basically all ranges. It's for its really slow fire rate is very good up close. It just hits so hard up close. And speaking of that, these next couple of guns are going to be just that. TR7. I feel like everyone has an opinion on this gun. I struggle about where I would put this gun because if I put it in garbage, people are gonna be like, okay, well, yeah, it's ridiculous TTK, high skill weapon, whatever. But honestly, I just think it's okay. I think why put yourself through the massive amounts of recoil yes. Everyone that doesn't know, this gun has the highest TTK or the fastest TTK in the game. It's completely ridiculous. It kills faster than the KV9, kills faster than the SCW. It's ridiculous. The only downside is this thing kicks like absolute crazy. and anything outside 20 meters, it's good luck. You just tap firing and hoping you can control it. High skill weapon, whatever. It's fine. It's a good ass gun. Just putting it on okay though, because like 90% of the people aren't going to be able to use it. It's a high skill cap weapon that's so hard to manage for no reason when you can just pick anything else up close and not have to deal with the recoil. Cord, I think this thing has an extreme potential. I personally would border this between meta and very good at the moment. I'm gonna put it in very good. I think this thing you can't. It's a mid to close range demon. There's been so many times I've gotten shot in the back or I've lost a gunfight one on one while using this. Like when someone else is using this thing, I just feel like I die in like half a second. The recoil pattern is really weird. It goes like basically straight left. So anyone trying to manage the recoil, it's just you just gotta pull right and down really hard. It's kind of a weird one to get used to. But the fire rate's ridiculous. The control as far as vertically is not that bad. The only downside to this gun is its magazine capacity is you kind of have to build it with a lot of recoil control, so it doesn't really leave you very many points for the mag. But I mean, other than that, I mean the gun's ridiculous. It's fast TTK, decent recoil, and up close is just kind of what you get. It's not like a Scar where its recoil is great and high bullet velocity. You use it as like a long range and mid range gun. This thing's just medium to close range. Anything outside 50 meters, it's okay at best. But the close, it's like a sniper support weapon. Anything between medium and close range is absolute fried. NVO, I've used this gun quite a bit actually. I thought I was a hard believer of this gun. It's just okay. And I'm not gonna. I'll go back and organize these tiers as I go through, but at the end. But I mean, right now it's an okay weapon. I think it's just gets outclassed honestly by the cord. I don't really see the effective range or why you would use this gun. I think the Bloom update helped it a little bit. It's a little bit more accurate, but I don't think it's. If this thing had the recoil of the Scar, it would be disgusting. But it just doesn't have that control. It's like okay, it's a not a very high firing weapon. It's very similar to the Scar and just doesn't have as much control, so it's just okay. L8. See, this is one of those guns where it's just like it's close. The recoil on this thing is like very manageable. It's not that much, but I just feel like it just doesn't kill people. And in a game where this TTK right now is, especially with these meta guns, are ridiculous. Like even if it's very above average and recoil control, it just doesn't have the one doesn't even have the projectile velocity. It's like I don't even know what the max is, but it feels like it's like 800, whereas the Scar's like 1,000. And then on top of that, it's just doesn't hit as hard as the other weapons, so it's just gonna get outclassed by all these other weapons. Especially long range, it's not gonna be a close range weapon. You can't really use it up close, so I don't really think there's a niche for it at the moment. Unlike the M4, where it's very similar to the Cord, I think these guns are actually pretty on par with each other at the moment. I think they realistically do the same thing. I think it's just all matter of opinion of which one you like more. Similar fire rate, similar TTK, and their effective ranges. M4 I do think has a little bit more sporadic recoil, but if I had to guess, I would say the M4 probably has a faster TTK. It's just the recoil is just slightly different. And you probably do have more damage per mag in the M4 than the Cord, but I think they're pretty similar weapons. I think they're interchangeable. They're both very good guns. Um, yeah. Moving on, M277. This is one of those weapons I guess kind of M27 and the M417 I kind of have a blind spot for. I think both of them are okay weapons. To be honest, I can just move them both here. Like can see their use. They're both like high damage per round guns, but like with pretty sizable recoil. Neither of them have the fire rate of the Cord of the M4, and the TTK is, I mean, it's above average, but it's not these two guns up here. So I mean, I'm just gonna leave them where they are. It's until the recoil is in the blooms. I think Bloom really affected the M27 for a while. Same with the M4 17. But right now I mean they're okay guns. They're not going to be bad. They're atrocious off the ground loot though. Oh my god. These things with no underbarrels when you get them off the ground are so ridiculous to use. They just bounce all over the place. But like I said, this is for a loadout. I mean, if you build it, sure, it's going to be okay, but there's really no reason to use these guns over the other ones above them. AK-205. I'm a believer of this gun personally. I know everyone's like, this thing's a pea shooter, it doesn't kill. It's got the highest precision stat in the entire game, and you build it and you use it, and you're like, agreed. This thing is a absolute laser beam from any single range you can use. It's literally a sniper rifle. The only problem is that I think it's literally like a 10-shot kill from over like 100 meters. But at the same time, it's one of the very few rifles that can reliably shoot over 100 meters. You put it 3 times on this thing with a 35.4 grip and a light and suppressor, and you're going to be beaming people from literally across the map with it. Um, I personally think it's a very good weapon. I I would love to put it in meta. I know it's not that. I'm just very high on this weapon at the moment, especially on mouse and key right now, where I feel like you're taking gunfights at basically 100 meters away, and then up close, you're just gonna use a different gun. Like you're not gonna use this gun inside, I don't know, 40 meters. That's why you have 2 guns. There's no reason to do that. I mean, it'll still probably be able to take that fight because of its ridiculous precision stat, but like me personally, I think it's a very good weapon. I think it has extreme potential. I feel like there's a real world where they buff this gun at some point because it's ridiculous. It's got a really low damage. It's like this TTK is actually the worst in its class, I'm pretty sure. But the recoil stats just ridiculous to where I feel like it really doesn't matter. If you're not missing a bullet and everyone else has to control recoil and you're just beaming people from 100 meters away, I think it's got potential. I'm not delusional enough to think it's a meta gun, but I think it's way better. I think most people would put it in like don't use category, but I think it's a very good weapon. Uh, GRT. I've used this gun some. I don't know. I probably have it like level 25. But me personally, I don't. It's not like a laser. It's high fire rate. There's no. I'm sure it's an okay weapon, but there's literally no reason to use this weapon at all. Like it's just use the M4 or the cord or the other guns I'm gonna put in it. Even the M4 is better than this gun. I feel like it's a bullpup carbine that shoots fast. It's like okay, that's fine. Use it all ground loot. It's probably really good within 20 meters, and other than that, just use something else. QBZ, I honestly kind of feel the same thing. It's probably it's like okay. It's another one of those like guns where I feel like it's supposed to be used medium range, but why would you use this gun at medium range when you could just use something else? And even honestly, I kind of feel like that way about the L8. I'm actually going to drop the L8. I'm saying very similar things about the L8 for the QBZ and the GRT. I feel like it's pretty harsh to drop these guns that don't use, but like just use something else at this point. Like even if I was going to be really harsh, I'd probably drop the M417 down to don't use as well. I'll keep the M27. I think it's a slightly better gun, but I'm fine with this. And then this is where it's going to get to like how my opinion of the games matter right now. We're gonna get to the SMGs. I think the SMGs are ridiculous. I think a lot of this stuff needs to rework, but the last, I guess, carbine in the tier list is gonna be the SG. This is a very good weapon teetering on meta. It's probably one of the best non-SMG SMG guns in the game. Like you use this thing as it's a carbine, but you absolutely use this thing as a secondary SMG. It's got really good TTK up close. It's got pretty good recoil control. You still got to build something for recoil. It still needs a grip and a suppressor and stuff, but it feels really good to use. It's got a good mag side, good mag capacity, good damage per mag on it. I would say you're not gonna feel like the rate of fire is definitely lower than the M4 and the Cord, but I feel like you're gonna get more kills in a mag with the SG than you are with the M4 with Cord. That being said, it's probably not meta. I think there's just too many guns that are better than it, but it's probably a top 6, 7 gun in REDSEC right now. Um, these two, let's go with the SGX. This is a complicated one. I think the SGX and both the, I feel like I only want to put one of these in meta and one of these in very good, top of very good. These to me should be the best guns in the game, the best subs in the game. SGX is MP5. I think they both excel basically at the exact same thing. SGX, I'm pretty sure, has a little bit higher of a fire rate. MP5 has a little bit better of a damage profile in the longer ranges. They're both absolute lasers from all the way out to like 75 meters for some reason. SMGs in this game have zero recoil. They're absolutely broken. But I think the SGX higher TTK up close is kind of excels in its range. I'm going to put this one in the meta. I think you can't really go wrong with either of these as far as like secondary guns as sniper support or secondary to your main AR. Either one of these things are going to be absolutely frying from up close. And honestly, even out to like 70 meters, these things have no recoil when you build them correctly. So I'll put one at the top of very good, I'll put one at the meta. I mean, you could easily put both meta, you could easily drop this one there. It's really personal preference. I just think the SGX up close is a little bit better than the MP5. And then drastic change, MP7, garbage. This thing takes 50 bullets to kill someone from 20 meters away. It's at this thing. If you're comparing the AK-205 to the MP7, the AK-205 somehow, I'm pretty sure, has less or they're pretty similar in damage per bullet, but the MP7 feels like it literally can't kill anything. I'll use this gun up close, I'll build it correctly and everything, and I'll put, like, this gun will leave every single person you shoot at 1 HP. It doesn't matter. I feel like every single time I shoot someone, it's 170, 175, 165. Every single time I'll hit. You're firing this gun for so long at someone, and it never kills anyone. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe that's just my experience using this gun. I just hate this gun. UMP, same thing. Kinda. I mean, it's same. It's just the fire rate's not there. I mean, great, really good precision stat. You can kill people from medium to long range, sure, but it's an SMG with the damage profile of a soft hitting carbine. It doesn't. I don't know. I don't see the meta in this gun. I don't really see its niche. I guess like for people that don't want to control recoil, for people that just want a reliable gun that low fire rate, relatively hard hitting sub, I guess use it. But I mean, there's really no reason. There's not a niche for this gun. I'll give some leniency to the P90. The 50 round mag actually does kind of matter in this game. I feel like it's got a little bit high of a recoil for subs in this game. It's not like an MP7 laser or UMP or SGX or anything. It doesn't have much recoil, but the underbarrel attachments for it are lacking, so you can't really improve it too much. But the 50 round mag helps a lot. It's a nasty weapon off drop. Being able to kill basically 2 to 3 people on a mag because it's 50 is really useful, considering most guns you get out drop anywhere from like 20 to 25 bullets in the mag. So I personally don't have a loadout for this thing, but I could definitely see someone building one and it being like serviceable. It's got a really good hip fire stat as well, so you can run and gun with this thing like crazy. It's definitely not anywhere to like SGX MP5 stats or anything, but it's more than serviceable. It's okay. KV9, this gun's broken. Honestly, I'll put both the KV9 and the SAW right now are both meta. I think they shouldn't be meta. I think they're both complete gimmicks. The SAW and the KV9, they're both of their things. They're good for different reasons. KV9 is just an absolute bullet hose. Its rate of fire is ridiculous. Its recoil is pretty negligible, but it's got low magazine capacity. I think the max you can get in the KV9 is 28, the SAW is 26. So you're gonna kill if you take a 1v1, you're inside its effective range or winning, and you run away and reload, and then you basically just try to take 1v1s constantly inside a building, and you'll probably just won't lose. I think these guns are stupid for the meta. I think they're pointless. I think why if you turn into a building and you ADS on someone and you miss no bullets and you're fighting a KV9 or an SCW with basically any other gun in the game, you're just dead. There's no counterplay. There's no like, oh yeah, I got outskilled here. You're just like, no, I just died to I died to a vector. Run away, like run away from him. It's like it's basically playing against a shotgun that's a SMG for both of these guns. The SCW has 33 damage a bullet, which is so dumb. That's why it's like I would much rather have the SCW. I think it's the trade-offs in its point system for like its attachments of what you can use on it are better than the Vector. I honestly hate the Vector. I hope they nerf this thing to the ground. But if they want to keep the SCW, I just don't think both of them should be meta. I think they're both kind of gimmick guns. I think if you were going to keep any meta in this game, it'd be like SGX, MP5, SCW, or SG. Like those four weapons are okay. I can deal with the SCW. I think the Vectors. The Vector's probably the best gun in the game right now, just because of its ridiculous TTK up close. And I mean, honestly, the TR7, the SCW, and the KV9 all have the best TTKs in the game, but the KV9 is just so much more like reliable up close, just because of the extra bullets over the SCW. That I think this gun's like the best weapon in the game right now, basically. Um, SL9, okay, it's I think this gun has the second highest precision stat in the game behind the AK205. It's a laser beam. You can get a 60 round mag on it. Kind of a bullet hose, similar to the P90. It's just lower fire rate, slower TTK. But I mean, it's a laser, so once again, if you're looking for it's like similar to things to UMP, I just think it's a little bit better than the UMP because of the mag size and the recoil. But you can use it. You're you'll find success with it. It's effective range, but it's not going to be outclassing any of these higher fire rate weapons up here. LMGs. L110. It's okay. I I tried to make this thing work. I built classes for it. It's just it gets outclassed. It's really not a bad gun. I could even see it bordering on like very good tier, but there's unfortunately with the way the meta is right now, there's literally no reason to use this. It's like a okay. It's got decent damage, decent TTK. The recoil is, I would say, it's a limiting factor, but I really don't see a world at the moment where this thing is very good or meta right now. It just gets outclassed by other weapons in its class. Like for instance, the DRS behind it. It's a very good weapon. I think the recoil keeps it from being a meta weapon. It's got a great TTK in its range. It's like a you can really use it at any range. It's got great TTK up close, medium range, or even long range. It's just you kind of have to. It's one of those guns you have to burst fire from long range. It's got as you fire it and hold down the trigger, it's just blooms to high hell. So it's very good. If it ever sees some rework to its recoil, even just a little bit, it'll probably be meta gun. It's ridiculous TTK for an LMG, and it acts like an AR. So I'll leave it in very good. It's got potential, but I mean, you can use the gun. You're not going to be thinking like you're going to be losing the gunfights all the time while using it. It's still a very good gun. M60, I mean, it's okay, but like, why? Just don't use it. There's off drop. It's got a it's like a 3-shot kill or something up close. Maybe even I'd like like maybe a 4-shot kill with a plate off drop. It's a ridiculous gun off drop to use, but like why put yourself through the? It's got not great projectile velocity and ridiculous recoil. So like just use it. Basically use any other LMG. I really don't have much to say about the M60. There's no reason to use this gun at the moment. RPK. RPK to me, I think is. I'll be honest. Still a believer of this gun. This was the gun basically the first week of the game, and or maybe even the first like couple days. Like everyone was using this weapon, and it's still good. It has received basically no changes but buffs considering to the bloom. I really actually haven't used it since the new bloom update. I think this is going to be one of the big benefactors of that update. The biggest downside to me when I was first using this weapon was this precision and bloom stat was like sometimes you would just put bullets on people and it would just spray. It would paint a line around them. But this gun's still ridiculous. Great control, great break points for all ranges, and I'm not seeing it in my games as much anymore, but I still think this gun is at least like a top 3 to 4 like primary AR LMG weapon to use right now. It's definitely getting outclassed by another gun that I'm getting ready to talk about, but it's still by far one of the better like long range guns to use in the game besides the sniper and DMR. Um, this is a hot take probably. I think this gun's ridiculous. The M12 23K high fire rate LMG. The biggest problem with this thing right now, one, you probably need to run the support class to negate its LMG drawbacks of like slow ADS and movement speed, because you're going to be using this thing as a submachine gun. Its TTK up close with a 100 round mag is ridiculous. If you turn the corner on someone while ADS and they're dead, there's basically nothing they can do. It's a 100 round mag, you can wipe a full squad in one round, in one mag, and his TTK is like top 4 inside 25 meters or something like that. It's a ridiculous gun. It's just the problem is you're competing like everyone's going to be running an LMG, so the MG ammo part of it's going to be a problem. You're probably going to be running a primary LMG, so then how are you going to run a secondary LMG as well? It's probably its best used as like a sniper support weapon, as a secondary on a sniper, or secondary to like a AK-205 or a SCAR or something where they're putting shots long range. But I think this gun's ridiculous. I think no one really uses it. It's definitely has extreme potential. I just think the fact that it's LMG, if this thing was a carbine or they put it in the form factor, if the DRS shot like this weapon, it would be meta for sure. It would be competing with like the SGX and the KV9. It's an LMG, so you can't really be running two of them at the same time. So for that reason, it's very good, but I do think very highly of this weapon. M250, don't use it. It's just a worse L10. It hits pretty hard. I have a class for it. I built it. It's actually got a good TTK at all ranges. The breakpoint's good. I think it's got the same shot to kill from like 0 meters to like 300. I think it's the same. There's no drop off. But the recoil is just a little bit too extreme to be shooting at the long ranges, and then at that point you're not going to be using it as a submachine gun, so it's not great at any of its effective ranges. It just gets outclassed by basically every gun in short, medium, and long range, so there's really no reason to use it. It's also a hard weapon to control over time. It's a burst weapon, and then other than that, there's really no reason to use it. Um, I'll save. Actually, we'll do it now. KTS is the best gun in the game. It's really not debatable. I think honestly these first two weapons, KTS Vector, it's the loadout. If you're tryharding, you're sweating. If there's whenever tournaments start for this game in REDSEC, whatever it is, you're probably going to see this loadout all the time, constantly, ad nauseum. It's going to be KTS Vector, KTS, SCW. This weapon's ridiculous. It's got virtually no bloom. It's got virtually no recoil. It's got a 60 round mag, a 45 round mag. It lends itself extremely well to basically running any build. I think it's annoying that this gun is everywhere, but at the very least its attachment setup can be built just basically how the world is your oyster with this gun. Build it however you want. Put frangible rounds on it, put a thermal sight on it. You can run no grip. It's got no recoil. You can run grip. You can run barrel. Make it literally laser beam. 60 round mag, 45 round. Like, you can put anything on this gun. It's going to be good. It's the best gun in the game for a reason. The only downside is it's inside probably like, I don't know, 50 meters. You'll definitely be losing gunfights to people with better weapons, assuming they know how to shoot back. But 90% of the time, you're going to be okay shooting this thing from basically all ranges, and it's literally a sniper rifle. It's got crazy high projectile velocity. It's like a 10 or 1050, which is basically like a mini scout and M20 sniper rifle levels of projectile velocity. So with the extended barrel, so there's really no downside to this weapon whatsoever, except it's close range, which it's why you want to run a vector alongside of it. There's basically no other reason to run any other AR besides the KTS. It's KTS, RPK, AK-205, and even I guess some of the DMRs. Those are the best primaries at the moment, I think, personally. M240, don't use. Basically, everything I said about the M250 applies to the M240. It's outclassed by KTS, it's outclassed by the L10. Just don't use it. EBR is a hot take, I think. I think the EBR is the best DMR in the game. I think the I'll go ahead and quickly rank these. LMR-27, everyone knows this gun's garbage. It's literally the worst gun in the game. I would probably take a pistol over this weapon. It's awful. It's like a 25 damage a shot DMR with a low fire rate and low mag capacity. This is whoever designed this gun is just like, we need a worse gun in the game. Here we go. Here's the worst gun in the game. Back to the EBR. I think this thing is insane. The fire rate is great. The recoil is manageable. I think you can basically spray this weapon without having to like line up your shot every time. It's just up and to the right, just pull down left, and you'll be killing things in 4 shots. It's one headshot basically gives you a 4-shot kill, and 6 times on it. It's got great attachments. The reason this isn't the best one over the SVK or the SVD is the mag capacity. You can basically run full kit, underbarrel, muzzle, sight, and default mag, which is 20 or 21, I think, and be able to kill plenty of people with a 20 round mag without having to spend 40 points on the magazine, which is what you would have to do with the SVD. Like, these guns are also, the DMRs are actually pretty good. Like, I would put if I was going to rank the other two, the SVD and the SVK are both, I actually think, very good weapons. I think the SVK has got interesting breakpoints. I think you put 1 headshot, 2 body shots to kill someone with the SVK. Slow fire rate. All these guns have good projectile velocity. SVD is the higher fire rate, slightly lower damage one. EBR is kind of in the middle and just better than TTK, I feel like, with all the other ones. But SVK, low mag capacity, same thing with the SVD. That's the main problems. If the SVD had a reliable way to use I think it might have a 25 round mag, or maybe it's just 20. But I remember the mag capacity being the problem. I think the default's like 10, and you're not going to be able to reliably get kills with the 10 round mag with the SVD. It hits softer than the EBR. It doesn't have a high damage per bullet as the EBR, and it has a lower mag capacity. So you're just going to get more damage per mag out of the EBR than the SVD. The M20 sniper, this is the best sniper in the game currently. There's an argument for the mini scout, but the M20, you level it up, you get the straight. This is under the assumption that you have the straight bolt, then this is the best sniper. It's got the best effective range currently. The other snipers, I would still put the PSR up here. I mean, I think snipers are meta. They're all very similar. The only one that I wouldn't use is the SV98. Just don't use it. Its effective range is extremely close, and it gets completely outclassed by the mini scout for no reason. It's got the slowest fire rate, I think, in all of the snipers, besides maybe the PSR. But there's no reason to use the SP98. Just use the M20 or the PSR. PSR has basically its sweet spot's further out than the M20. So if you're someone that's going to be sitting back a lot, you can still hit hundreds from like 150 meters out or 175 meters out, maybe I think for the PSR, whereas the M20 is like 100, maybe 125. So both of these guns have their place. I mean, they kind of do the same thing. And then if I was gonna say they don't have the mini scout, I wonder if I can. Let's just do. Where is it? Whatever. So I was gonna draw on it, but basically I would probably put the mini scout in very good to okay. I think it's people are complaining saying this is the best gun in the game. It's got the for players that don't have guns leveled, it's ridiculously good because you can rechamber the gun while ADS by default. It's not an attachment like for the PSR and the M20. So that's good and it's got a high fire rate. But its sweet spot does like 75 damage to the body. You're not even cracking plates if you hit someone in the chest with this thing. So it's just why would you do that when you can hit someone for 100 in the body with an M20 of the PSR with the ADS bolt and a rate of fire that's really not that much worse. I personally don't see the light in the mini scout. I'd probably just put it at like okay. I think it's got its spot, but I just think the M20 and the PSR are just better. Shotguns. I don't really see a vision for these things yet. You can use them, but you have to use them at their effective ranges, which is like nothing. And they're pretty inconsistent. Like the M87 is probably the best. I'll put it at like okay. M10's like sure. And then the Sega's garbage. It does no damage unless you're inside like 5 meters. But all of these guns are just like ridiculously inconsistent. The M87, I guess you can put slugs on it. The shotguns put slugs on it. Maybe try to make it more consistent, but I've used slugs before, and I feel like I'm doing less damage per bullet with slugs than I am with just the normal buckshot rounds. So until there's some type of rework on the shotguns, you're also just dead. Like, if you don't kill someone with a shotgun in one bullet, you just die to the KV9, the SGX, the SCW. All of these guns up close anyway. So somehow they're completely outclassed. I also, as of this video, they did just release the new double barrel shotgun, the DB12 I think it's called. That thing is also awful. Like, I guess you can potentially one-shot someone with the 2 rounds, but I haven't personally done it when I've used it. So once again, it's probably hard to use or inconsistent to get the one shot. So I would probably put it in don't use still. And speaking of the other weapons that got added, so I'll just run through it right now. The mini scout is going to be okay. DB12 is going to be don't use. The carbine, the SOR 300C, it's got potential. It's one of those like, it's very similar to what I would say is the SCAR, the SOR 556. It's not as hard hitting, it's a little bit more accurate. But I would just put it at okay. I think it's outclassed by the SCAR in every way. But it's a more controllable version of the SCAR. Very similar fire rate. But I would just use the SCAR over it. So the SOR 300C is going to be also an okay. The new pistol, I'm just going to be rating these pistols strictly off of their drop. I think it would be pretty dumb to rate these against all the other guns. I just think obviously they're not going to be as good. So off drop, M44 is the best gun to use probably. With hollow points, I think you can hit hundreds up to 20 meters away. And with not, I think it's like 10. So you can two-shot people with a headshot, or a body shot headshot will kill someone off drop with this thing. It's got 6 bullets in the mag, not a great fire rate, but if you're accurate, you'll basically win every gunfight. Except unless you're fighting the 5.7 or is it the P18? M45, it's like okay, I guess I'll drop. Like none of the pistols are bad off drop. They all kind of just have their spot. Both of these guns are very good off drop. They just have ridiculous, but the 5.7 specifically I think we'll put it here just because it's got a ridiculous fire rate. You can use either one of these two off drop, and it's got like a 30 round mag on it. So while the M4, you miss your shots and you gotta reload, turn a corner. If you're fighting a whole squad, the 5.7, you can just mag dump like 3 people with a 30 round mag. You don't even need a muzzle brake. You're gonna be taking these fights inside 15 meters anyway. And then as of this update, like the DB12, the gun drop with the DB12 was the secondary revolver. I'd also probably put that in meta. It's a faster firing, slightly less damage than the M44 revolver. It's 50 damage, I think, a body shot, and it's got 8 bullets in the mag and a higher fire rate than the M4. I think it's probably peaking. It's probably, if I was gonna rank the pistols off a drop, what I would use, I'd go M4, the new 357, and then the 5.7. If I was gonna rank those pistols off a drop. But if you're using a controller, I would use the 5.7. It's just better to mag dump someone with a controller. It's a lot easier to do that versus the M4 where you gotta kind of aim for headshots. Um, so I'm trying to see if there's anything I would disagree with. The don't use tier and the okay, I really don't care to order them. It's just, honestly, who cares? I'll rank the meta weapons. Let's see. I think the KTS is the best. Vector is probably the second best. I then go SCW third. I'd go M20 is probably 4. Actually, yeah, I'll go M24, SGX 5, EBR. So my top 5 is going to be the KTS, Vector, SCW, M20 Sniper, SGX. I think you run these 5 guns and you'll be... Actually, I'll add... If I was going to build... Yeah, let's do this. If I was going to build a favorite loadout, you get 8 slots for weapons. I'd go... For primaries, I would run KTS, EBR, M20 Sniper, and then for my 4th primary, I would run like probably a AK-205, KTS, EBR, M20 Sniper, AK-205. Those would be the 4 primaries I would have in my loadout. And then for secondaries, I would just run Vector or SCW. I think they kind of achieve the same thing. Whichever one you like, preferably. They're pretty interchangeable. I would just run either one of those. So if you have 4 primaries, 4 secondaries, I'd run KV9, SCW, SGX, and then swap between the MP5 or the Cord, probably, for me. So, that's the list. I'll rearrange the very good and the meta, so that SGX, EBR is fine. RPK, PSR, that looks fine. I would ignore the pistols, obviously they're kind of rated off their own thing, but MP5 is probably the best and very good. And then I'll go SG behind the MP5, Cord behind the SG. I'll go, let's see, I'll bring the AK-4D down to the bottom of very good. I'll put the M12 behind the, just in front of the AK-4, SVK is better, DRS, AK-205. I'll put the M4 behind the AK-205 and the DRS. I think the Cord's better. Pistol, whatever. I can go wherever. That's an MP5, SG, Cord, Scar, AK-205. I mean, I'll personally always use the AK-205 over the Scar, so I'm just going to drop it back again. DRS, that's fine. Alright, so in order, we got KTS, KV9, SCW, M20, SGX, EBR, RPK, PSR, MP5, SG553, Cord, AK-205, Scar 556, DRS, M4, SVD, SVK, M12, 3K, AK4D. Those are all the guns that I would build loadouts for. Anything below that's going to be a niche pick that's probably going to be just personal preference for you. So, yep. Hope you enjoyed the tier list. I'm expecting this to change, but this is just like early tier list for the read on the meta, what I think is going to be the most popular guns for the first month or two. This has been Cole. See ya.